Yeah, Dot boogie on the mic, let it bounce
Let's
like
go.
a lane. Let's talk hoops, every topic feeling heavier than chains. From the hardwood
Hey,
headlines to the off-court news. If it shake the league, let's believe
see how you turn this down. Coming to you from a different location today. We've been moving around, but we still in Shy. But we on the other side of town. So hey, welcome back. Another episode. Wing, thank you for the music. So we're back again, getting to you right before the game today. Well, I'm 0 for 2. My finals didn't show up. Shout out Lil Bud Light tonight. This is a pregame edition. I ain't come to you Sunday. Thought I'd just kind of get you something for the pregame tonight. Knicks Spurs rematch 1999. Here you go, Charles. I'm gonna say it one time and I'll never say it again. Go Spurs, go. They came through. We got a rematch. Knicks Spurs, but let's talk real quick how we got here. The Knicks just beat the brakes off of the Cavs, man. The Cavs kind of, if you watch that game 4, the Cavs just laid down, man. I heard something interesting today from Lonzo. You kind of think, what would this team would have looked like if they kept Garland, kept Zoe, no James Harden, and they just played it out, right? You made that trade. I didn't like it then. I won't like it if they keep him next year, which they probably will. He's just not that guy, man. I'm sorry. He got exposed during the series. He can still score. But, man, this is a young man's league now. I'm sorry to James, LeBron. About the only guy that can keep it going is KD, Steph. But a lot of these guys, man, this league, you've aged out, man. I'm sorry. Y'all trying to go to 37. Jimmy Butler hurt. Game is different, man. These guys are fast. You look at the Spurs. You look at OKC. You look at the teams that are winning. They're young, man. You got a young nucleus, young stars. We're transitioning away from these guys, man. It's unfortunate, but we had a great run, right? They gave us 15, 20 good years. We had a great run. We saw some great teams. It's a wrap. You look at the Knicks, a young team, man. They're set. See what they made of now. They won 11 in a row. They put the Cavs away. Cavs laid an egg. Cavs got to figure something out. Do you sign James Harden? Do you get LeBron? I want them to get LeBron. I want them to trade. Go sign. The Lakers sign LeBron. Do a trade. Make the salaries match. Give the Lakers Jared Allen. That then we get rid of DeAndre Ayton. Luka get a lob guy, rim protector, and we're back in business. Showtime is back. I know I'm digressing. I'm talking about the Lakers. They're not even in it. But anyway, it's always my place, my heart. But the Knicks, 11-0 run, man. Since they lost their last game to Atlanta, they won 11 in a row, and they look really good. And, you know, shout out to Coach Mike. He has been everywhere he goes, he wins, man. He just kind of, if he don't win enough, he's turned around a lot of teams. He turned around Sacramento. He turned around Cleveland the first time. He turned around the Kings. The Kings, the South Africa Olympic team. Now he's turned the Knicks around. Got the Knicks back in the finals, man. At some point, you got to stop putting respect on Mike Brown's name, man. He's that kind of coach. Players seem to love him. Don't know what the Knicks are going to have for tonight, but we'll talk about them in a second. Spurs, OKC. Man, great series. Both teams competed. Injuries are part of the game. We'll never know. You can't go back and look backwards. Jay Wood didn't play. Mitchell got hurt. Hey, that's part of it. There's been a lot of championships have been won. Players got hurt, but you got to go. And in the OKC bench, those bench guys stepped up, man. So you haven't heard them talk about it. You know, the flopping. I don't care what you say about SGA. Game 7, you got to put respect on his name, man. The guy came to play. He left everything he had on the court, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Thunder. I like the Thunder. I don't think they're going to make a whole lot of changes. You know, you look at this series, Game 4. I think since the last time we talked, they went 4. We had 4 games in between because it was every other night. Game 4, Wemby kind of went off 33-8. And that's when you really saw that he's the key to the Spurs. Now, the guards are great, but they feed off of Wemby's energy. Game 5, Wemby looked lethargic. He looked tired. Castle came to play, the guards came to play, but they just didn't have enough. You need Wemby. I think that was a game he had single-digit rebounds. So Thunder get the win. Now the Thunder's up 3-2, going back to San Antonio. I figured they wouldn't win it in San Antonio. I thought they would win it at home. Thought they'd bring it back. They didn't. Game 6, Wemby came out aggressive, shooting the 3-ball. He had a lot of points. He had 20-something in the first half. He dictates the pace of that team. Rightfully so, he won. They came back Game 7, put him away, and it was a dogfight. Hartenstein, the effort that he put in. We're going to talk about Chet. The effort that Hartenstein put into working Wemby out, pushing them around, getting physical. Caruso. I mean, they did the best they could. Lou Dort, everybody. They threw a lot of different looks at him. But the guy's 7'6", he can shoot. There ain't a whole lot you can do, man. He can get you on the perimeter, he can shoot over you. It's sort of like KD times 1.5. I ain't going to say times 2. But KD 1.5, when you think about how KD can just rise up and shoot over anybody in the league. Wemby's probably the only guy he can't shoot over. KD can shoot over anybody in the league. Wemby finished up Game 6, 28-10. Game 7, SGA, 43 minutes, 35 points. Chet Holmgren. He didn't show. So we had this conversation last night. Chet didn't show up. Chet made all NBA third team. We didn't really get into that a whole lot. Chet had a really good year. He probably got that third team because a lot of guys were ineligible. I mean, hell, you say Luka right there, there's a spot. You like LeBron's spot. There's a lot of guys didn't play, Giannis. But anyway, he was close enough that they had to consider him, and he got it. Played well defensively. I just think something mentally in Game 7 created a block, and he wasn't there. He wasn't there mentally. He wasn't in game. Now, I coached many years, not at NBA level, but I've had players that you can tell they're lost. And my guys, Coach Hamer and Coach Brady, are some of the best at getting guys back in the game. My son was one of those. Sometimes his frustration would get the best of him, and now I'm not getting the best of him on the court. Brady, Dwayne, you got to be able to talk to guys and bring them back because you need them. I think the coaching staff let Chet down. I think there was an opportunity early in the game to grab Chet. I don't care if you got to walk his ass back to the locker room. You sit them on the bench. I know they're pros, but they still need to be talked to. You look at how they handle. You look at Mitch on the other side of the bench, man. He hypes his players up the whole game, right? He got these guys ready to go. I think at some point, and maybe, I don't know if it's cultural, European thing versus American thing, I think somebody should have talked to Chet to get him back in the game. I think you could have had the opportunity to turn that around, get Chet back in, and maybe you win. There's no reason he only takes 2 shots in that game. No reason. And he had a good game the game before. In Game 6 and Game 5, he had good games. Like, he was aggressive. And I know people out there, he took some cash. No, he just something mentally checked him out of that game. Because there were possessions where he just got the ball and passed it right back. He didn't even look at the rim, didn't try to make a move or nothing. So, to me, that's on the coaching staff. You got to get him back to this game some kind of way. But anyway, nonetheless, they showed up. It was a good game. San Antonio won. They got the right to go to the championship. Now, what I will say, they grew up in that series. You always talk about great teams. They have that defining moment. Theirs may have sped up in that 7-game series. Now, that leads us into tonight, right? So, all season long we've heard the Spurs, they haven't been battle tested. They're too young. They just went through 3 years in that series against SGA. You're not going to get more battle tested than that series. I think they're ready. This series tonight is going to be a knockdown. It'll go 6 or 7. I'll tell you who I'm taking at the end. But what's going to happen? What are the keys to this series? I think there's a lot of things to look at. Different players, different roles, right? The depth of San Antonio can only be matched by one team, and that's OKC. Nobody in the league, maybe my Hornets, are as deep in the roster and go as deep as any coach does with this team. They're just too deep, which comes to, are the Knicks deep enough? We haven't seen a lot out of Clarkson. So their bench is pretty much Clarkson, McBride, Shamet, who's been shooting like 60% from the three. Great move for them. The big guy just broke his hand. Why am I drawing a blank? But anyway, so Mitchell. So there's your guys, right? That's your bench. You ain't got a lot out of them, man. You're going to need that height. You're going to need these guards because these dudes are going to run. So you're going to need that pace. You're going to need to be getting guys in and out, let them get breath. You can't play Brunson 40 minutes in this series. He'll die. You can't do it. So two things there, right? Bench versus bench. I'm probably going to get an edge definitely to the Spurs. Now you look at what am I going to do with Wemby? They don't have Twin Towers. They have Cat and Mitchell Robinson. Now you have OG Anunoby, good size. I think him and I think James Hart is going to play the Caruso role in this series. I think you're going to see James Hart on Wemby a lot. Right? So you get that look. You get I think that's just a problem. You can't put Cat on him. Cat will get in foul trouble. Cat will foul out in the first half. I think you may have moments where Cat sticks him, maybe later in the game, but not early on because you can't risk getting him in foul trouble. So the flip side of that is now we got Jalen Brunson. What do we do with Brunson? Defensively, he's probably going to stick like Champagne. He's not going to chase Castle. He's not going to chase Vassell. He might stick Champagne. Probably. I'm thinking that's where he goes, right? Keep him on the wing so he doesn't have to deal with as much of the dribbling and moving and cutting. But they will put him in pick and rolls where he gets stuck with Castle, and that might be a nightmare. I love Jalen Brunson, but that's just going to be a nightmare. But on the other side of that, they got to stick Jalen Brunson too, and Jalen Brunson's a walking bucket, right? I just saw something about clutch points, and he was the leader. Kind of shocking stat. I think it was clutch points per 30 minutes or something crazy, but he leads the playoffs or whatever. But he can score like that. So you got Brunson. What are some other keys to this series? I don't know if we'll see a lot of Wemby and Cat one-on-one. Wouldn't mind it. I think Cat definitely take him to a cup a little bit, maybe body him, but I don't think we're going to see that matchup. What else did I have? The guards. Yeah, what defensively, right? So you got Brunson. They will try to hide him, and I think that's Champagne. But I think they match up well. It's just for how long, right? You got OG, you got Cat, you got Josh Hart. You will have those other guys off the bench. They match up well, but I just don't know if they can do it for so long, right? Dylan Harper coming off the bench. To me, it's just too many guys. It's too many guys for them. And I think they're young and they're rolling right now. So what does this mean in the thick of things? I think tonight, Spurs will win tonight. I think they may be a little tired. I still think they win the first one, maybe lose the second one, but they'll win tonight. Knicks have to get one of these at home. The Knicks have to. In order for them to stay, if not, this could be over very quickly. But at the end of the thing, I like the Spurs, man. I honestly, after watching the way they played and the maturity level they had against OKC and how they bounced back, how they fought through it, these guards are tough, man. They're well coached. The coaches behind them. As much as I want to see the Knicks win, it's been forever. I don't know if they have an answer for Wemby, man. And he will, if the Spurs win, he'll get that MVP. He's just different, man. Now, how many can he get? Who knows? And I hate that I'm even saying this, and I know Charles is probably just jumping up and joy and shit. He's a problem. And you put a guy 7'6" along with a bunch of 6'5", 6'6" guards, And we've been talking about this for years. That's if you want to win in this league, you need guys that can shoot. The Spurs have it, right? They got 3-and-D guys. You got Champagnie. You got Vassell. You got Dylan Harper. 6'5", 6'6", can shoot and defend. That's the key to success, and they got about 6 keys to make it. So tonight, this game 1 will go to the Spurs. The series is probably going to go to the Spurs. Would I like to see the Knicks win? Yeah, I'd like to see them win. Do I think they're going to win? I really don't think so, man. I just think this is the Spurs' time. I think they've accelerated their schedule. They have all the pieces. They got great coaching. And we'll see. But the Spurs, if they were to lose, OG has to play outstanding. Mikal Bridges, outstanding. Like, these guys have to, every night, they got to put up 16, 17 points because you know there's going to be 5 or 6 guys on the Spurs that score in double digits. New York doesn't get that. They might get 4 guys. That's going to be Brunson, OG, Cat, Mikal Bridges, Josh maybe. But then the bench, Landry Shamet, maybe like I said, he keeps going. He stays hot. They can get it. But I think if OG and Mikal Bridges can put together some 20-point games and average 18 to 19 for this series, maybe the Knicks can pull it off. But that's what it's going to take. So let's see. Things going to get tight. We down. We got 7 games left in the season. So it's been a great one. Let's enjoy the game tonight. Let's see what we got. Not a long episode. We wrapping down. Our last thing, the Giannis talks are heating up. We've heard Golden State. I've heard Boston. And what else did I read? There was another team, but let's see. He might be traded by the draft. Let's see what happens. But hey, enjoy the game tonight. Let's see. Go Spurs, go. No, I'm not saying that. Go Knicks, go. It ought to be good, man. So let's get a good game. Hey, God bless y'all. Enjoy the show tonight for your pregame. And I'll come back to you. I probably won't catch you, though. I'm out of town this weekend. So I might try to squeeze something in from a very location out on the East Coast. So let's see what we got. Y'all have a great one.